Welcome everyone back to the clean and jerk session of the 58 kilogram women's A session here at the IWF 2017 World Weightlifting Championships. We're starting with the Albanian lifter Veli, opening with 110 kilos and a nice easy clean there. Nice jerk too. So after a really exciting snatch phase with the top 4 lifters all making all 3 of their attempts, we're left with a very close match. The top 2 competitors both tied, well, technically not tied. They both have the same weight. However, Sri Surat is in first place due to the fact that she completed the weight first.
It's worth mentioning, too, that a listener clued us in that Rebecca Kohak, who lifted 101, she had done 100 in the past at the Latvian Nationals.
Ah, excellent.
Yes. So the 101 was an international competition PR.
And a beautiful one at that.
Suha Kim of Korea coming out, 110 kilos.
Oh, no. Came into the hip nicely, but I guess it was just a little out in front.
It sounds like she had a rough snatch day. We know that she missed a weight in the warm-up room, came out, made her opening attempt, then unfortunately missed her second and third. And now, not a great start to the clean and jerk. Her best ever was in Astana, Kazakhstan, 2013, 114. So she's operating near that level.
Yeah, and again, it wasn't a strength issue. I mean, she pulled it in nicely, stood up with it, and everything just went forward after she bounced out of the bottom position.
Let's see if she stays at that weight. She could buy herself a little time by going to 111 potentially, but I don't know if it's worth it.
You know, I guess we should mention too, if viewers or listeners do have additional information, like one of our viewers did give us information about Rebecca. Please do. We have a Facebook page, The Two Doctors. More information, the more we can get you involved, the better.
Suha Kim, second attempt, 110 kilos. This is a weight she pretty consistently opened.
No, she lost it in the same way. So yeah,
this is a number of times internationally.
It's just an odd thing because she's sort of moving the weight fairly easily. It's just not in the right position.
So now she follows herself again, and she has unfortunately put herself in this do or die situation. Needs to make a clean and jerk to get a total.
You know, this basically leaves Blanco from Colombia sitting there just waiting for her next attempt, which is a difficult thing as an athlete, because you think you're a minute out, and now all of a sudden you're about 6 or 7 minutes or even longer.
Can totally change things. You can see,
and you can see
Blanco
her jumping
there.
up and down there.
Yep, exactly. Trying to stay warm. Suha Kim still has about 1:25 left, so plenty of time if she wants to recover, but she looks like she's kind of impatient. She looks like she wants to go make this lift.
We talked a little bit about her having a bit of a calm demeanor, which I think is advantageous in the snatch, but a little extra aggression, a little extra excitement in the clean and jerk, I think goes a long way. And that's what I feel is lacking right now.
Here comes Suha, third and final attempt for her 110 kilos. Did this weight earlier this year at the Asian Championships in Turkmenistan.
Much better. unfortunately,
Yeah.
just not her day today. She's 1 for 6 on the day, only making her opening snatch.
Yeah.
Not a great way to start the clean and jerk competition either.
No, and her first time not totaling at an international meet, which is unfortunate.
And just a little head. She'll probably feel that tomorrow, make me a little bruise on the head, but the hair is there to give you a little bit of cushioning.
Soften the blow.
That's
so
right.
she finishes only 1 for 6 in the day, 89-kilo snatch.
So Blanco's been sitting there waiting, and of course she didn't make any of her snatches. So this kind of puts her in a tough position in this opening attempt. Good clean.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's frustrated. So 0 for 4 thus far.
Looks like her best competition clean and jerk has been 106. Now it's her lift still right now. She's following herself. Nobody else is calling for 111. The next weight is 112.
You know, the little, you can see in the warm-up area, that little thing that says the IWF 2017 World Weightlifting Championships. I keep thinking that's a surfboard. And I think to myself,
we are in California. I think that's meant to be the reference.
Okay, it is. Okay. Because I was going to say, there's no big waves going on in here right now. Perhaps that's what we could do on our free time. Do a little
surfing?
Surf lesson.
Have you been surfing before?
Never.
Neither have I.
Never.
I think it's probably best for everyone if it stays that way. Blanco letting the clock run down. She's got just over 1 minute 10 seconds remaining. Now, in her case, we talked about this earlier, the way you miss can have a big effect on what kind of recovery you need. She did most of the lift.
She did, yeah.
Unfortunately, did not result in a success. So harder to recover from that as opposed to if you just dump the clean or something. Here she comes, though, ready.
Fortunately for her, the clean looked pretty easy for the most part.
Didn't look bad.
So
it looked okay.
And that last lift will kind of chalk it up to an additional warm-up.
Yeah, she had been sitting for a while, as you mentioned. Very nice. Very frustrated.
Yeah.
Some of that might be, again, due to the fact that she was ready to lift, ready to go out, and had to sit for an additional 6 minutes or so.
You know, as much as the athletes and the coaches put so much effort into training, sometimes the luck doesn't fall your way.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the theme for Blanco Gonzalez today. Luck has not been on her side.
Yeah. It's been a rough competition. She's got one more attempt. In the meantime, it looks like the next lifter right now is the Uzbek lifter, Muatar Nabieva. But I think she's moving up, we hear, and so probably Colombia's Lobon will be next.
So this is tough because for Blanco Gonzalez, I think her intentions may have been in the clean and jerk. Okay, let's have a really great clean and jerk day, maybe go home with a medal. Now, this last lift really doesn't mean much, and it's been a frustrating day. So it's got to be hard. It's got to be hard to get the motivation up to make this last lift. But that's really what can prove to your coaches that you have something in there.
Yeah.
You have something a little special that you can bring out, even when things don't go right. And we'll make mention of the senior world records, 112 by Kostova of Azerbaijan, 142 by Kuo of China Taipei, and 252 in the total by Kostova, also from Azerbaijan. So Blanco Gonzalez, she really wants to have one successful lift here, so she's got to make this 111, 1 attempt remaining.
Green has been good. jerk was where she ran into problems.
Another great clean.
I think that was actually the best clean.
And that's a better jerk. Needs to hold. Okay.
Goes home, makes a lift. Judges, 3 white lights.
You know, in my career, I always think of it as 9 lifts. And she made all 3 cleans, so
She did make all 3 cleans.
So maybe you can say you had a good clean day.
You had a good clean day, and it's a PR competition clean and jerk.
Okay, so that's something to take on.
She's shaking her head, doesn't seem thrilled, but sports are tough. And weightlifting is a very demanding and very tough sport.
It is.
Everyone has bad days. I think we'll see her come back better than ever. Right now, her teammate, another athlete from Colombia, Maria Camila Lobon Villafara, opening attempt, 112 kilos. She made 93 and then 95 in the snatch.
Wow, very easy clean.
Very
Oh
easy
my
jerk,
goodness,
too.
yeah. And again, the best that we've got in terms of her records here is 105. So tremendous gains that she's made since that time. And that was back in early 2016 in Palmyra, Colombia. And really just did it with ease.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what you want for an opening attempt.
Very nice opening attempt. Now the bar goes to 113. The Uzbek athlete, Muatar Nabieva, just missed the podium to 4th place in the snatch with 97, but made all 3 lifts.
Yeah, but really wasn't that close to that 3rd place position because at 101, she was 4 kilos behind. And again, Nabieva is really just technically a great lifter, so pay close attention here. Whoa, that looked a little odd. She moved. She moved fast and. Yeah, so Koha is also lifted at 113, but I think it's very likely that she's going to move up.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is, again, a smart move by the coaches. You wait until the competitor that's at the same weight to miss a weight like that before you move up. And as we just saw, Rebecca moved up to 113. Now the 2-minute clock has been...
well, it goes to Evangelia Bailey of Albania.
So
luckily, Muatar Nabieva has a little bit of time.
Yeah. But as a general rule, as a coach, you really should wait. If there's other competitors who are asking for the same weight, you really should wait to move up the weight if you're intending to do that.
No need to waste the declaration. Just take the automatic increase.
Nice clean.
Yeah.
No.
Very short dip, which I like, but just a little out front.
Tiny bit.
Pushed the body back a little bit, didn't quite get under it.
It's such a sport of millimeters, and you know, you're talking about just a fraction of a couple millimeters here maybe, and that would have been the difference. She tried to stick her head through to kind of push it back, and it just wasn't enough.
She got one more attempt. She can come back and try to make that. But right now, Uzbekistan's Muatar Nabieva. First clean to pull. The turnover looked great, and then dumped it forward.
Yeah, kind of in an odd way, but were her elbows fast or what?
Oh, yeah.
So to me, it looks like there's an injury of some kind.
Yeah, it looks like something's off because she caught that almost in a power position.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to make a guess, it would be like a knee or something.
Maybe a knee or a hip or something. And so, I mean, just look at, catches that above parallel, rides it down, and then
it just looks like the body can't support the weight for some reason. Yeah, so it's hard to say what's going on there.
Right now, Albania's Evangelia Bailey.
And this is far above her best in competition.
Clean looks great. But she has moved up, correct?
That's correct. That's better. Just
That's
needs
much
to hold.
better.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
it's a great lift. She
Yeah.
has to be frustrated because really it was just a tiny bit different than the last attempt.
Yeah.
But one's a red light and one's a white.
Ends the day, 90 kilo snatch. Only made one snatch, 2 jerks, 110 and then 113 on her third. So a 203 total. Pretty nicely done.
Yeah, and then you can see there, really nice foot position for the jerk.
Yeah.
Floaters 114 kilos, please.
So Rebecca Koha, 114.
But
so
she's going up, I think.
I don't know. She's
Oh, no,
getting
she's
ready.
coming out for it. Yeah, looks like she's coming out for it right now. Here it is, 114 kilos. She had a perfect snatch day, 94, 98, 101 for an international PR.
And her best is 120 in competition. So, yeah, I would say this is a reasonable start for her.
Again, Koha technically about as good as you could ever hope for.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Dr. Baffa, does it get any better than
I
that?
don't know. It does not.
The one thing that's interesting is during the jerk, she actually keeps her elbows really high.
She does, yeah.
Which, yeah, I wouldn't teach it that way, but obviously it works. See how
For her, it
high her
works.
elbows are there in that replay.
And that jerk is, again, textbook. That is beautiful position. Fantastic.
And I could just, the sound that her feet make against the platform, I could just listen to that over and over again. I feel like let's put that to a beat.
Somebody should make a mixtape for that. The Koha tape.
The Koha tapes.
Just her lifting her feet against the platform. I would buy that album.
I'd buy that and I'd listen to it all. That would put me to sleep. That's a, hopefully that would help my lifting. Probably not, but.
Right now, Guicho ratio for Mexico is the lifter, it seems. Nope.
No, shifting around once again.
Yeah. Escobar listed as the athlete, but she is not yet in the sort of staging area, so I think we're going to see more changes.
Escobar right now is listed at 115.
Yeah, the clock is running on her.
So again, hopefully those.
They're making changes.
They
There's
are,
Ecuador making a change. Lots of jockeying. So we have athletes really grouped in this like 115 to 119, 120 range.
Yeah. And again, like with Rebecca, just a great call in terms of the weight too. I just think it's so important to get a really confident lift on the board before you start going for the really heavy ones.
So Nabieva, it looks like, from what we're hearing, did 110 in the back and is now coming out to take this 115, a 2 kilo increase over 13, which she has missed twice, has not even cleaned it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be interested to see what happens here because it looked, as you mentioned, like she was injured.
She was digging deep for that.
Yeah.
Like something wasn't right.
No, yeah, even in the jerk, the receiving body looked a little off, like she was favoring some sides. So unfortunately, after a perfect day in the snatch, does not make a jerk, does not get a total. Look at the body below that jerk, sort of buckling a little bit.
It's weird. And even on the clean, there was just something that didn't look right. That the whole timing was off. Something was happening that we're not aware of. It's a little disappointing because I think technically she's really an excellent lifter.
Yeah.
On a good day, I should say.
So Loban moving up. Right now, Escobar is the athlete, 116. Lifting for Ecuador. Pretty good day in the snatch as well. Made 2 out of her 3 lifts, 96 kilos.
And a pretty close attempt at that 99.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't that far off.
Personal best for her is 127 kilos. Yeah.
That's a lot of weight.
That was back in 2010 at the World Championships in Antalya, Turkey.
You were there.
I was there. It was the first time I went to the Worlds.
Nice clean.
Yeah.
And a beautiful jerk.
Yeah, very good.
I am so impressed. She's inspiring. She really is.
Really is. Again, a seasoned competitor, long-time athlete, and not just long-time athlete, but on the international stage for over 15 years. So great to see her competing at the very highest level still.
What's funny is we were just mentioning Antalya in 2010. Her first international competition was Antalya in 2001.
Also, yeah, Antalya, exactly.
Almost 10 years prior. Pretty amazing.
Right now, our snatch leader, our snatch gold medalist, Sukanya Srisharat of Thailand, is coming out for her opening attempt, 117 kilos. Now, that is actually 2 kilos lower than what she initially had listed as her starting weight. She was on the board at 119 when the session opened. Scaled it back to 117.
Yeah, maybe they're just making a nice conservative opener here.
Yeah, get on the board.
Again, she's the Olympic gold medalist, the defending Olympic champion.
Her best clean and jerk, 130 kilos at the Olympics.
That's a huge weight. She pulled it very high, but rode it. Very easy jerk.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to see 130 from her today,
no
but
way.
Somewhere in the 120s. And with that, she gets on the board and puts herself comfortably in first.
That's enough for the Thai fans to go crazy out there. So I love it.
Second attempt. Escobar next.
Yeah, it looks like she's straining a little bit to hold that weight.
The leg strength maybe not quite what it was for Rio.
Right.
In the meantime, Colombia's Maria Loban-Diafara, her second attempt, 117 kilos.
Whoa, big extension. Big extension. Probably overextended.
Yeah.
As you refer to as a banana pull there.
A little bit of a banana pull. Shoulders got way back. Unfortunately, does not make that clean, but she's got one more attempt left. Yeah, that's a tricky pull. For some athletes, that kind of huge extension works, but generally not great.
So she does have that 2-minute clock here, and again, if Escobar hadn't made that change, she really could have kind of screwed her up a little bit and forced her to only have a minute to recover.
But she's got 2 minutes, and that wasn't too taxing of an attempt for Loban.
Yeah,
she didn't make the clean, didn't really even rack it. So,
I will say that it's a lift like that is almost emotionally taxing, though.
Yeah. Because
she really extended with everything she had.
Yeah.
And still didn't make the lift. So that's got to get in your mind a little bit.
Oh, and she moved up to 118, so that changes the lift there. We now have Mexico's Huicho Recio. She is coming out for opening attempt at 118, and from what I understand, she is a power jerker.
Is that right? Now, she was one of the first competitors that we saw in the snatch, and now is one of the later competitors we're seeing here in the clean and jerk. So
made all 3 snatches too.
Yep. One of many who went 3 for 3 on the snatch.
Her best clean and jerk, 118 internationally.
Really nice.
This would meet that mark.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. And this is sort of a common trend we're seeing out of Mexico. Some lifters who don't have that strong of a snatch, but really bring it for the clean and jerk.
Yeah. So that puts her in 4th place overall so far, though other lifters remaining, of course.
And we saw that last night, the 62-kilogram men, Mascara. He didn't even get a medal in the snatch, but ended up winning the total and the clean and jerk. So pretty impressive stuff.
Right now, Rebecca Koha coming out 118 kilos. Second attempt. Really nice opener at 114.
And she forces the knees out
Yeah.
as the bar passes, which I think is very important to get that bar into the hip. Beautiful result.
Very nice clean. I mean, Dr. Westbrook.
Her arms are like pillars.
It really, like she could hold the world overhead with that.
She's
jerk.
holding
That
my
lockout.
world, Dr. Baffa.
Really, I mean, this is really textbook. Look at
Just
that.
beautiful.
Excellent.
And again,
Still got one attempt.
she's a lifter who's done 120 in international competition. So we could see a personal best in the clean and jerk also in addition to the snatch. So this...
And she's a junior. Worth mentioning, she is still a junior for another year, born in '98. So youngest competitor in this session.
Yeah. Just incredible. 5 for 5. Again, she's listed at 119, and the coaches are making a smart decision by keeping it there until she absolutely has to move up.
Exactly. Right now, Maria Alexandra Escobar Guerrero of Ecuador is the lifter.
So we go from youngest to oldest here. Almost twice the age of the lifter we just saw, Rebecca Koha. Out comes Escobar Guerrero from Ecuador.
Best lift in the clean and jerk again was 127 internationally. Taking a conservative 3-kilo jump, but that might be all you need in this session.
Great clean.
Jerk is pretty good, just needs to steady and
Just amazing. Just amazing.
yeah, having a pretty good day so far. 2 for 3 in the snatch, 2 for 2 in the jerk so far.
She is a true inspiration.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
So Lobon Villafada is the lifter now for Colombia.
And again, a real tough second attempt at that 117.
Yeah, didn't make the clean. Big overextension back in the clean. Let's see if she can make a correction. Seemed like when she was walking off last time, she made kind of a motion indicating for the pull straight up.
Yeah. She's really trying to get that psych up.
Same thing.
A better attempt, but but still the same.
Big overextension. Banana pull, as you mentioned. Strong attempt, very strong. Ends the day with a 207 total. 95 snatch, 112 clean and jerk, way back behind that bar, and it's just so hard to then get under it.
Crashes a little bit. Those collarbones are going to be a little sore tomorrow. Dr. Baffa, we've got 4 red plates on the competition platform. That means we're at least 120 kilos. Boy, what a beautiful sight that is to see.
Yeah, and that brings out Sukanya Srisurat for her second attempt. Now, we still have not seen Quo, and Quo has actually increased her opening attempt from 120 to 124. So presumably, things are going well. Right now, Srisurat, our snatch gold medalist.
And the opener looked good, but not great. That clean looked better. And so did the jerk. Okay, that's the way it should look. Now what's crazy is Ando of Japan and Quo of China Taipei, they've just been going back and forth, bouncing their weights up.
Yeah.
And right now they're listed at 123, 124 respectively. So.
And Mexico's Guicho Ratio also listed at 123. So there are a number of athletes operating at this 120 and above. Right now, no, Guicho Ratio has actually brought the weight down. And she'll be coming out for 121. So there's a little confusion there. It looked like Rebecca Koha was up for a moment, but Guicho Ratio dropped down to 21. She is a lifter now.
Yep,
Again,
it's her
power
second
jerker. Opening attempt looked pretty strong.
Yeah.
Still two athletes we have not seen yet. Ando of Japan and Kuo of Chinese Taipei.
Wow. Yeah. Fast under the bar. Beautiful.
Yeah.
What a lift.
Very strong.
Just amazing to see the differential between her snatch and clean and jerk.
Yeah, snatch at 91 came out in a 30-kilo split right now.
30 kilo. That's impressive.
Rebecca Koha.
And you know, some people are just genetically built a
Yeah.
little bit better for the clean and jerk than they are the snatch, and I think she falls into that category.
In the meanwhile, here comes Rebecca Koha, who the snatch seems to be a little bit more her specialty, although the clean and jerk, 21 as a junior, certainly impressive.
Very impressive. And again, her best internationally is 120. So this would be another PR both in the total and the clean and jerk for her. So so this is a big lift to her personally and to her coaching staff. Five for 5 so far. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So nice. Really,
She
what a
is the
jerk.
best.
So aggressive getting her head through. There's a little head whiplash almost.
You know, I'm hoping that Gregor is somewhere videotaping that so we can watch that in slow motion
Over and over.
again.
Look at this. Absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
I mean, that's a beautiful lift. 6 for 6 on the day. And I got to say, Koha is an athlete. If you look at her history, she is consistently a 5 for 6, 6 for 6 athlete. And, you know, not only is she a great athlete, but clearly her coaching staff knows how to select weights.
Yeah.
And that's so important, getting the most out of your athlete.
That's right.
And they do. I mean, I think, could she do a tiny bit more? I don't know. I think they got all they wanted out of her today.
We talked a little bit about this earlier. You really want to leave a meet feeling like you could do more, not that you did absolutely the most you ever could.
So, Koha, great day. Congratulations on a phenomenal performance. In the meantime, Maria Escobar Guerrero of Ecuador coming out. Third and final attempt, 122.
This is a huge lift. A huge lift. Would pop her into first place in the clean and jerk. Currently in fourth. Nice clean. Oh my goodness.
Better than the second turn.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
122 kilos for the 37-year-old. Unreal. So that lift is going to be a very meaningful lift. Because as it stands now, of course, she's in first in the clean and jerk, but third in the total currently. Now, we do have two lifters who have yet to start.
Two lifters remain, but that lift might be a medal. It might be a clean and jerk medal.
Unbelievable.
I mean, really, yeah, it could be. We'll see. So right now, a lifter we have not seen yet in the clean and jerk portion, Japan's Mikiko Ando.
And another lifter who we saw sort of early on in the snatch phase, and now we're seeing very late in the game here in the clean and jerk.
30-kilo split.
Wow.
The best is 125.
Holy smokes, and she's good for that and a lot more, I think.
That looked great. As a casual, all right, let me take my opening attempt and then sit back.
You know, that sort of look where it almost looks like there's not even weight on the bar. It's that effortless effort that everybody looks for, because it looks like she's not even expending any energy at all, but in reality, she's just doing it in the perfect way.
Apparently, Quo just took 25 in the back.
25.
So I wonder if Quo was thinking of opening in the high 20s.
Boy, and the senior world record is 142, and I don't,
and it's hers.
And it's Quo's. I don't think she's going to be in that kind of shape, but could we see a 30, low 30s? Maybe.
Sounds like it.
If she's doing 25 in the back. Only 4 lifters remain. A total of 7 lifts remain. Right now, Mexico's Huichoricio coming out for her 3rd and final attempt at 123. Currently in 3rd place in the clean and jerk and 5th in the total. Just the speed under the bar is unreal. Oh boy, just a tiny bit out of position.
Yeah, a little bit heavy, I think, for her.
Yeah.
The 21 was great. It looked a little heavy. It looked like she was operating at her limit.
Yeah.
23 was a bit much, but ends up 5 for 6 day with a really nice 121 clean and jerk. And a solid attempt at that 123.
Yeah, very solid. So
now we are really in the mental determination.
We're in the thick of things,
yeah.
as they say. We've got some. We've got the Thai fans really getting active back there, having a good time with it. So a 4-kilo jump from that 120 second attempt, and really the second attempt was a major improvement in my opinion in comparison to the first.
She's got to do this and hope it's enough to hold off Quo, who has yet to come out.
No, not today.
Okay. That's interesting.
So the Thai fans still give her the thumbs up and a good cheer. And she, at the moment, is in first place in the total.
Quo makes 1 lift.
But 1 lift for Quo, and that will put her above. So interestingly, remember we were a little critical of Quo going for 105 and not 106, but perhaps
if she makes this 1 lift, it turns out that's all she needed to do.
Right, and perhaps they could see, they knew that the clean and jerk was such an advantage that might as well just get every kilo you know you can get. So these coaches know their athletes and they know what they're doing. They wouldn't be here if they didn't.
And here she comes. Chinese Taipei's Quo Sing Chun. Opening attempt 126. If she makes this lift, she is essentially guaranteed to be our 2017 world champion.
And of course, she's the world record holder in this lift.
That was an easy clean.
Yes, it was. And that's going to be your.
That pretty much locks it up, unless
that's your gold.
Unless Mikiko takes like a 15-kilo, 10-kilo jump in the clean and jerk.
I don't see that happening, Dr. Bob.
So with a 231 on that 1 attempt total, she puts herself in first place, pretty much unreachable at this point.
Yeah,
only 1 lifter remains.
It's a pretty casual gold medal right there. You know, she didn't have to exert a lot of energy on that opening attempt, and I think now it's just a matter of I want to make sure I get the gold in the clean and jerk because it's her lift.
Yeah.
When you're the world record holder, even though you're not going after new world records, you still got to be the last one to clean and jerk at the end of the day.
Well, and this 126 would only be good for 2nd place for Mikiko.
Wow.
In the jerk.
Wow, really put it together there.
So interestingly, that doesn't move her up in the clean and jerk. She already was guaranteed the clean and jerk silver medal.
Yeah, but
it moves up her standing
so
to fourth place
fourth
total.
So that only moved her up one place in the total, which is sort of an interesting move there, because the third place, of course, is Rebecca Koha at 222, which means she would have to do 130, because she would have to go up 4 kilos to give her a 223 total. So 130, I think, would be asking a lot.
That's a big lift.
Yeah.
But she's going to, I would be surprised if she took anything else.
Yeah, no, I agree. And if Quo actually does take 130, Quo would be the next lifter.
Yeah.
So very, very interesting.
Right now they're asking for 128, but again, I think they're going to change that.
Yeah. You got to assume they're doing they're thinking 130.
Unless they're only thinking of a clean and jerk gold medal.
Yeah, but I mean, with how confident Quo, yeah, see there it is. They just moved up to 130.
Yep.
Okay.
So now, if you're Rebecca Koha, you're sweating this out.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting in third, but it's a vulnerable third.
Yeah. So Quo. Oh,
asking for more weight. Mikiko Ando. Huge lift here.
Huge. And again, her best is 125 internationally.
Wow.
So she's already made a PR. Now you're asking to do 4 kilos more than your best that you've done on the international stage. So if she can pull this off, I will be thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
So the clock is ticking. She is, she has the 2-minute clock, but I thought there was a change. Okay. So they must have restarted the 2-minute clock for her. So we've got some Japanese fans right behind us.
Yeah.
Really giving her the energy to get this done.
Very big lift here for her. She's guaranteed a medal in clean and jerk. This determines a medal overall.
This for the bronze medal in the total. Oh, she gave it everything she had, but
she
it's
did.
Too heavy.
Oh, Mikiko Ando, great effort, really fought for it, took a serious attempt. Still goes home with a medal in the clean and jerk. That means Rebecca Koha stays in bronze medal position.
Yeah, and there's something nice about lifters who, even when they're at a maximum attempt, her technique never broke down.
No.
It was just a matter of it being too much weight,
Yeah.
so the body just couldn't move it upward. But
Exactly.
the technique was still there, positions were still there, and that shows some real serious discipline out of the athlete.
So now, Kuo Sing Chun coming out. She is snatch silver medalist, clean and jerk gold medalist, overall total gold medalist. Coming out for 131.
Yeah,
just to do a little more weight.
She didn't need to. She could have done 130, but I would assume that if she makes this, she'll just call it, I guess, or maybe I don't know. I don't see her jumping up to 143.
I mean, listen, you flew all the way to Anaheim to lift.
Right.
You might as well lift.
Right. Boy, that looks so easy.
Yeah. Really, technically in the clean and jerk. Snatch too, but clean and jerk.
Nice.
Specialist. Excellent lifting.
So to break her own world record, she would have to jump 12 kilos up to 143, which talk about a big increase.
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to see it today, but look at that jerk. Really nicely done.
Yeah.
And I do like, in the snatch and clean and jerk, in the clean portion we've seen, it looks almost casual.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does.
Very controlled. And like you mentioned earlier with Ando, the technique stays the same.
Yeah.
So what does she do now?
She's preparing. It looks like she's mentally preparing for another lift.
She's got the blanket on.
Yeah.
That's not the blanket of I'm going home. That's the blanket of I want to lift.
That blanket's usually a flag if she's going home.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. But no, that's a blanket. That's a Snuggie or something like that. Warm.
I don't
cozy.
see the arms. See that? Koha's got the flag. So that means she's done.
She's ready. Bronze medalist. Got to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, she's 2 medals. So a bronze in the snatch, bronze in the total, and a 6 for 6 day, 3 PRs. At least, I mean, that could have been another total PR with the 101, the 118, so it could be even more than 3 PRs. So really just an excellent day from top to bottom. So I think she's made at least 1 change, possibly 2, which would leave her with 1 more. And I just don't think it's smart to make a move that high, because obviously you don't want to injure your athlete, especially when she's really just so far above everybody else, you know.
Let's see. Looks like she's maybe coming out for the 135.
Yeah. And again, this is not a Olympic qualifier meet. So in terms of collecting points for future Olympic spots, this is not going to be one of the meets to do that. So, you know, this is just for fun for her.
And she would have already collected all the points possible anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Being first place in the total.
Here she is, coming out for 135. A huge lift. Really, I mean, this is, you know, we're saying it's not a world record, but let's be serious. 135 by a 58-kilo athlete. Huge lift.
Huge. Clean, so casual. Yeah. Oh my God, it was the best lift of the day.
That was great. So solid.
Unbelievable.
Hit right under the bar. I mean, and just 6 for 6. Great performance there. 240 total. I gotta say, that is just 1 kilo off her international best.
I mean, unbelievable. I mean, that could have been an opening attempt for her.
Yeah.
And that's why she is the record holder in this phase of the competition. I mean, she is a clean and jerk specialist to the max. So what a show she just put on for us. And it's funny because we really thought that it was going to be a closer competition going into the clean and jerk.
Yeah.
But the decision for her to stay at 105, I think, was a good one.
Yeah.
Of course, a 6 for 6 a result, and just further emphasizing the fact that thou who makes your lifts ends up on the podium.
Exactly. Koha 6 for 6. Swisrat 5 for 6. Quo 6 for 6. There are the bronze and gold medalists. There's Gregor Winter, gold medalist in our hearts.
Absolutely. So Rebecca Koha, the only junior in the field, just really great. And you know, I'm going to assume that these are probably Latvian junior records that she's breaking every time she lifts. You know, because these are just huge,
I would assume, I don't know
weights.
for certain. I don't have access to those at the moment. My Latvian is rusty, but I'm assuming she holds those records.
And I think she speaks a little bit of English.
She
perhaps,
does, yeah, speaks very good English.
So let's take a look at the full results here. As you can see, in the clean and jerk, the top 3 competitors, only 1 missed lift, and of the top 5, there's only 2 missed lifts.
Yeah.
So just really impressive. Quo, of course, with that huge 135. And we'll see some of the others from the B session here. Also, a couple of bomb outs, unfortunately. But that is the nature of the beast.
Here are the overall results for the women's 58-kilogram session. Kuo Sing Chun, Chinese Taipei, with a 240 total. Swisrat Srikanya, Thailand, 225. Rebecca Koha in third with 222. Going down the list a little bit further, again, a few athletes who did not total, unfortunately. But overall, a pretty nice spread of our 18 competitors.
Yeah. Nice, really nice showing.